The war had dragged on for decades. Across countless star systems, the great houses of the Galactic Alliance bled for dominance. Alliances shattered, entire fleets lost, and worlds reduced to smoldering ruins. It was a conflict of pride, survival, and old grudges. The latest theater was the Tyrus sector, a sprawling region of contested planets, asteroid fields, and ancient ruins rumored to hold forgotten technology. The factions fought over every inch, refusing to back down. But above all voices on the galactic command floor, a whispered warning echoed relentlessly. By all that's sacred, keep the human battleships out of this war. No one truly understood where the warning came from. Some said it was a desperate plea from an old ally who had seen what humans could do. Others claimed it was a prophecy from the ancient Sauric sages, whose visions had never failed. Yet every officer who heard the phrase knew it was serious, terrifyingly serious, because human battleships were unlike anything the galaxy had ever faced. The Galactic Alliance's most experienced commanders watched from their bridges as the human fleet approached the Tyrus sector. The ships were massive, colossal, and brutal in design. No sleek curves, no shimmering alloys, just raw, unyielding steel and thick armor plating, layered like the scales of an ancient beast. Captain Harron, an Avery veteran, frowned as the human ships took formation. "They look outdated," Lieutenant Merrick, a lithe pilot of the Vreskai, snorted. "Outdated? They look like relics from a forgotten age." Harron shook his head. "Don't be fooled. Those ships carry a reputation that makes even the Empire's dreadnoughts shiver. Humans themselves were quiet, refusing interviews and leaving most diplomatic channels unused. They communicated with blunt efficiency, preferring orders and facts over ceremonies and speeches. Their leader, Commander Hale, stood on the bridge of the flagship Resolute Hammer, eyes fixed on the star charts. "We didn't come here to play politics," he said to his crew. "We came to end the fighting." The first encounter came faster than anyone expected. A coalition fleet from the ruling house of Verkan surged to strike at a contested asteroid base. Their ships, sleek and fast, were confident in overwhelming the defenders. The human battleships took position between the attackers and the base, silent giants blocking the path. Verkan Admiral Tress commanded his fleet forward with a sharp order to engage. What followed was unlike any battle seen before. The humans did not attack with graceful lasers or precise strikes. They attacked with relentless power. The Resolute Hammer fired its main, batteries, giant projectiles that punched through shields and hulls like thunderbolts. The explosions rocked space as entire cruiser wings vanished in seconds. Other human ships joined in, their heavy artillery hammering enemy formations into chaos. The Verkan fleet tried to respond with focused beams and swarm fighters, but the human battleships seemed to shrug off every strike, their armor regenerating faster than expected. Within minutes, the coalition fleet was in full retreat, leaving behind shattered ships and stunned commanders. Back at the Alliance Command Center, panic spread. "Deploy more ships," demanded High Commander Seelan. "No," came a rare, cold voice. It was Ambassador Fira of the Eldari, known for her wisdom and calm. "Do not send more fleets. If the humans are involved, the war will consume us all." Seelan's eyes narrowed. "What do you mean?" Fira sighed. "The humans are not just fighting for territory. They fight for a cause, for a code. They do not negotiate. They do not hesitate." "And their battleships?" Seelan pressed. "Some say they carry weapons capable of leveling moons. Others whisper about automated defenses that can wipe out entire squadrons with a single salvo. The truth is, no one truly knows. As the war escalated, the human battleships became both a shield and a hammer. They defended weak colonies with unwavering resolve, pushing back invaders with overwhelming force. But they never stayed long. They struck swiftly and decisively, then vanished before the others could respond. Their silence unnerved friend and foe alike. During one fierce battle near the planet Veldon, a joint fleet from 3 houses attempted to trap the humans in a pincer move. Commander Hale's voice crackled. Over comms, calm and measured, you can trap a fox, but you can't cage the wind. In a dazzling display of tactics and firepower, the Resolute Hammer and its escorts shattered the blockade. With careful coordination, they created openings where none should have existed. Enemy ships were torn apart before retreating into the void. When the dust settled, the message sent to the Alliance fleet was clear. Humans do not fight like you expect. They fight to win, and that means they will do what others won't. The Galactic Empire, watching from afar, sent envoys to negotiate with the humans. They brought gifts, promises, and threats. The humans received none. Their answer was simple: keep us out, or prepare to face everything we can bring. The final test came when the Tyrus sector's biggest prize, the ancient city ship of Narration, was at stake. This massive relic contained technology that could shift the balance of power across the galaxy. All sides sent fleets to claim it. The human battleships arrived last. While other fleets exchanged volleys and tactical maneuvers, the humans deployed boarding teams that were the fastest and fiercest in the galaxy. With a single assault, they seized Narration's control systems and activated its defense grids, turning the city ship into an impregnable fortress. When the opposing fleets tried to strike, the city ship's weapons fired with brutal accuracy, breaking off their attacks. Commander Hale stood on the Narration bridge, looking over the battlefield. "We don't want this war," he said softly to his second-in-command. "But if they want it, we'll give them what they asked for." The galaxy learned that day why the warning echoed so fiercely. Keep the human battleships out of this war. Because once humans enter the fight, the war is no longer about politics or power. It becomes about survival. And humanity never backs down. Years later, after treaties were signed and peace restored, the great houses would whisper stories of the humans. They spoke of battleships that could crush entire fleets, of commanders who fought not for glory but for principle, of a species so young yet so fierce it changed the course of the galaxy, and above all, they remembered the warning. By all that's sacred, keep the human battleships out of this war. Because the galaxy had learned the hard way, when humans fight, they fight with everything, and nothing is more terrifying than that.